Megan Burke, singer-songwriter, fantastic singer. She has 60k followers on Facebook and 80k on TikTok. 60k on Facebook is fucking very random to me.
Come here, it was back in the day when Facebook was like booming. You know, like
Before
booming.
TikTok was a thing. You've been around, around the block.
I've been around the block in many different ways. Yeah. Was that your dog?
That's
in
my
the background?
dog after booting it in the door there, and she's
Your
just
dog or your
clapping
fella?
on the fucking wooden floors. Will you sit down? But we're not here to talk about the singing. We're here because you're having a fucking nightmare. And you put up a few videos on your TikTok and Instagram about the nightmare dates. Well, was it the apps more particularly? You're having a mare.
Yeah, no, so I've been on many a date. I don't know if I was on, was it 50 that you were going on?
55, thank
you. 55. Megan. Thank you. Sorry, Megan, if you're going to say that, get it right.
Get it fucking right.
I don't think, probably in the time that I've been single, I've probably been on, 55 dates, but I haven't been documenting them. But some of them obviously were worse than others.
How long are you single?
I am single to this day, 3 years. This day, 3 years. I found out my ex was cheating on me this day 3 years ago, so I gave him the chop. I was his third girlfriend. He had two. I was the other woman to him.
Stop it. How did we
swear to God? A year.
And sorry, is this the fella that you went to Sydney with?
No, that was Patches. That's Patches. No, that was was another guy. That was my dog's dad. That was no, I was with him for 7 years. The guy in Sydney.
Oh Jesus! What age are you like?
I am 32.
I'm 32. When's your birthday?
Oh my God, this day 4 weeks.
Oh, you're nearly 33.
I'm nearly 33, baby.
Do you know, 2nd of October. Look so young. Like you, if you said you were 24, do you get that all the time?
All the time. Like Jesus. All the time. I went on a date with a 45-year-old this week.
You're a sickle.
And I swear, I know. And I swear to God, it was like he was walking around with his like teenage daughter.
What did you do on your date this week? What did you do?
Well, I went on Sunday. We just went for a drink, and then we went for a drink, and then I don't really want to say the rest, but we went riding. We went riding. How am I joking?
45. Like in fairness, I've gone out and like as in was seeing for like multiple dates or whatever, fellas who were 10 years older, and I think I would have been 28, 29, they would have been 38 or 39. But sometimes when I meet them and they're 10 years older, I was like, jeez, you look a bit fucking decrepit. And I start, do you know, but like I think it'll be the way I'll get to whatever age, 40, and I'd be like 40-year-olds are like young or whatever, but then 10 years older, it's just in relation to whatever age you are now, like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's different with men, because like I feel like men are always immature. I don't think I've ever met a man that I'm like, wow, he's got his shit together. I genuinely I don't think I've ever met a man that's got his shit together, no matter what age they are. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're 40, it doesn't matter if you're 50. I'm like, you're still 27. You're still not looking for it serious.
The fellas, that was 10 years older said, I remember we were out in Whelan's having a few pints, and he said that he said, this is kind of embarrassing for me, but you're actually a lot more mature than me. And I was like, yeah, that is really fucking embarrassing. Like,
that is embarrassing for you, absolutely, babes.
A girl 10 years younger shouldn't be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And sorry, tell me about the fella cheating on you. How did you find out?
Oh, I've actually never spoken about this on the internet before, but I absolutely will tell you now.
Will you give me an exclusive?
Oh my God, exclusive! Yes. So it's like a dirty, Dirty John, the film or the program, thing, series. Yes, it's like a fucking story of that, or like the Tinder swindler. I swear to God. So I just had like weird suspicions something was going wrong. I checked his following list, found, the way you just know. I just woke up one morning and I was like, having never looked at his following list before, I was like, I'm going to look at his following list. And I looked, and like the fourth person down, I was like, I recognize that name. Why do I recognize that name? Clicked in, all photos of them all over her Instagram. Like last week when he was telling me he was working, he was actually gallivanting around Dublin City Centre on a week's holiday with her.
Where was he from? Are you allowed to say?
He's from the south side, from Dublin.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, that's pretty much how I found out. And I rang him and I was like, hey, what the fuck? And he was like, I just, and I was like, no, 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 none of that. No, come on, tell me what the story is. And he was like, oh, she's just my mate. And I was like, Grant, well, you'd want to get to my house now fairly quickish to talk about this. Obviously, it's over. Like, even if she is your mate, which she wasn't, obviously, but like, even if she was, you still lied to me, so it's over, it's done. So, anyways, he comes to my house. My dad, at this stage, I can't hold my piss. I come run. I was living at home at the time. I come running down the stairs. My man, and dad walking the door. I'm like, so and so is cheating on me, and they were like, what? And they were like, don't bring him around here. Like, your dad will go mad or whatever. So he was like, oh, he came to my house, and I was like, get in my car, and I drove in silence to the church car park. And we got to the church car park, and we were sitting there, and I was like, right, go speak. And he was like, what do you mean, right, go speak? And I was like, go. Like, tell me what's happening.
He
And he was
like to stand on the fucker.
And I was like, if you cared about me, which you clearly don't, but if you did, you would just open your phone, go up through those messages and show me that there's nothing for me to be concerned about. And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, then we're done. And we kind of had a back and forth for maybe 5 minutes. And then I had told him to get the fuck out of my car. And I never spoke to him again, ever. Never spoke to him again. And it was really hard. But I knew
that there was another one again.
Oh, so that's like, this whole story is like another, like, it goes on up until like only last year, and we're broken up 3 years. I found out more information like last year. But basically reached out to the girl again because, sorry, my ex had liked me on a dating app then like a year and a half later. And I was like, hold on, you cheating on me and here you are, plenty of fish in me. Go fuck yourself. So at that time, kind of, when all the trauma comes back and you're like, oh. So I went onto her profile and saw that all the photos that they had together were gone. And I was like, okay, now is my last chance to get the information. So I texted her off my best mate's phone because she had me blocked from the first time I found out he was cheating. I messaged her being like, hey, like, I don't want to jump down your throat, but like, what's going on between you and X or whatever.
My God, why did she block you? Like,
so for whatever reason, she believed what he was saying, that I was mad or I was an ex or I was this or whatever, right? So what happened then? Oh yeah, so I had messaged her and she had blocked me straight away. That's grand. So that was the end of that. And then at Christmas time, when he liked me again, I was like, right, Aoife, who I live with, I was like, give me your phone. I need to message her one more time because she already had me blocked. And I was like, look, I'm not trying to pry, and if you tell me to fuck off, like, you absolutely can. But this is my situation with X. What's yours? And then she told me around the same time that I had messaged her, like, literally only a couple of months later, she had found out about another girl that he'd been in a relationship with for like the last 6 or 7 months. So yeah, that's how I found out I was the third woman. Isn't that wild?
How does it feel to be the third woman? Like, as in, do you think it would hurt less? As in, he was cheating on 2 other women with you, was it?
Yeah, I know. It's so well. It's
you
like
were
the
technically the mistress. Oh yeah,
I was mistress squared. I was like mistress. Oh my God, I can't say that word. Mistress. It honestly, when I found out, I was like enraged. But a lot had gone on in our relationship for the last month. He was kind of playing with the idea of going away and stuff. So I think I kind of grieved the relationship as it was. And then it wasn't the worst thing in the world when we had broken up because I had done all the grieving. But it's, it's weird because I only found out about the other woman like a year and a bit ago. And that was like halfway through. So that was like a year and a half, sorry, after we broke up. So I'd kind of already processed what was going on. So when I found that out, I was just like, I knew that in my heart and soul that there was something else going on. Like, I'm not stupid. Women have instincts. We have like gut reactions. Like, I knew my heart and soul. I knew the story that he was telling me wasn't right, and I had a play by play of what I thought was right in my head, and then the ex confirmed it all for me. And yeah,
and you haven't spoken to him since, not people.
No, fuck no. He changed his picture on Revolut about 7. Yeah. No. Wait and hear this. A couple of months ago, he changed to him in a random kitchen wearing my music merch hoodie.
What the
fuck? A hoodie with my merch from my first single from a couple of years ago that I gave him when we were in a relationship. Isn't that mental?
Why would you do that? Like, even if he was wearing it at home or whatever the fuck, like, why would you put it as your profile picture? That seems like some sort of, he's sending a message.
Wild. And what's even funnier is that, like, I would never have seen that, only for I get my shampoo from Love Salon Services. So I was typing into Revolut, like figuring out when the last time I bought it and how much I paid for it. So I just typed in Love into my transactions, and like an old transaction from his came up saying like fucking love you or something, and sent me money for something. And that's how I saw it. Like,
Oh
I don't
my
even have him on
God.
my phone anymore. It just was an old transaction. I was like, this guy needs to get a life. I swear to God. I swear
Obsessed
to
with
God.
you. So
Wild.
you're out here now, it's single 3 years. You're looking
And
for a
can you
fella.
blame me? Can you fucking blame me after that?
Fucking
Oh my God.
traumatized.
And I didn't even get into the trauma of the first relationship, and we won't go there because that was insane as well. No cheating, but everything else. Sorry, what did you ask me there? Am I
Well, geez, you're after going through it with the fellas anyway. So, like, but
Oh yeah. Hmm.
I would have been like, with the relationship that I last had, 5.5 years, I was like desperately wanted to get out of that relationship for a few years, but I would say I didn't have the confidence to leave. And then finally did. He moved out, all good. He got a girlfriend 2 months later.
Oh.
Fucking flew it. Do you know, he 2 months later, he was still texting me being like, I'm taking you away for your birthday. I already had your present and all. And I was like, no, yeah, this is wrong now. You shouldn't be at that, you know. And
Yeah.
he had something bad happen to him when I broke up with him then as well, with his family. So I was still in contact with him, trying to help
Hmm.
him through it. And I was like trying to let him down, being like, no, we can't be going to no hotels. Don't be getting any pairs of elastics for my birthday. I knew that's what the fucking present was. And then he just stopped texting me, and he put up a picture of a rasher and sausage in some fucking shy hotel, the Green Hills Hotel, is it? The Green something there on the motorway.
I'm not getting treated to hotels. Are you joking me? I haven't a clue.
Well, it's not. You
I
wouldn't want to
haven't a
get treated to this
clue.
anyway. I showed the girls. I was like, he's off with some woman there, and they were like, no,
Yeah.
like that's a real dry rasher and sausage. Like he wouldn't put that up. Stay in that rasher and sausage.
Girls are insane. Their rationale for everything is insane. Oh my God, I love it.
Oh, but no. After that, then I thought, all right, I'm gonna go dating. And I'm gonna find somebody very nice, and then then I'll have a nice boyfriend. Obviously, it took 55 fucking goals, but we got
And
there.
you found that's great. I'm delighted for you.
And you're looking for
I
a
think
nice boyfriend, are you?
no, no, no. I think my days of nice boyfriends are over. I think when I broke up with my ex 3 years ago, I went like straight back into dating because I was like, I need to fill this hole somehow. And not that hole, I mean the
Oh,
metaphorical hole. I was like, I need to I need to take back my power. You know what I mean? Like I needed to take it back. So I went dating, like I was on a new date every week. Like the girls will tell you, they're like, Jesus Christ, who's this? And I'm like, oh, remember the guy with the hat and the eyes? And they're like, oh yeah, hat eyes guy. You know yourself. So no, I'm not looking for a relationship, but I was for a while, and then I realized, oh, I had so much work to do on myself. And then like the idea of marriage and kids has never been something that's ever appealed to me ever. Like
Mm.
years and years ago, I remember like my ex was like, I know he was sniffing around proposing, and in my head I was like, please don't ask me to marry you. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to say no. Please, 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 please. Now it could have been the fact that I hated him. That could have been the
Maybe
reason
that would
I
do it.
didn't want to get married. But like even now I think of like, oh, the lovely men, and I'm just like, oh God, I don't know if I could be arsed now having one living in my gaff and all. But no, I
Well,
still love dating. I love dating. I love going on dates. I love having the crack. I love having a flirt. I love it. But like I'm not out here like looking for the man of my dreams. I don't think. I'm in
what apps are
therapy.
you
So
using?
maybe. Oh, I'm on Raya, which is a load
Oh,
of bollocks.
damn!
It's a load of
Did you get? Is
bollocks.
this because you're fucking, well, all the followers, you're an influencer, TikToker?
I don't. Shut up. I don't know. I waited 9 months to be accepted. 9 months. I completely forgot about it. And then all of a sudden I opened my fucking phone one night to pee in the middle of the night, and I got a message being like, you have been accepted to Raya. And I was like, what? I forgot about that. So I'm on Raya. I quit for ages, and I recently got got back on it like only this month, gone up by €3 a month. Sorry, €20, 19.99 every month to see a couple of Z-listers. Go fuck yourselves.
Who have you seen on it? Who have you seen? You're not allowed to talk about Ray.
I don't know. I don't think I'm not allowed to. You're not allowed, apparently. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a fucking dating app. Who have I seen on it? I've seen Cara Delevingne. I don't again, I don't know if you can like put this up or whatever.
Are you bisexual?
Know. I would be, yeah. I would be, yeah.
I would be bisexual.
Well, actually, I don't know. I wouldn't class myself as bisexual, but I have dated women as well as men. I do lean towards men. They're just so fucking good looking. But they're so ugly at the same time, but they're so good looking. And I'm just like, oh,
they fill the void.
Oh, no, don't be saying that. They do indeed. They do indeed. But on Raya, you can kind of like, you kind of just see anyone. As far as I know, I didn't even get the option to like go between like gender or whatever.
Okay.
But I've seen like a good few like Love Islanders and who else I've seen?
Did you see your man there with the shorts, the GA shorts from Normal People?
Paul Mescal, haven't seen him.
No.
You get 5 free DM slides, even if you don't match with the person on Raya. You're allowed like slide in their DMs. So if I had seen Paul, I definitely would have slid
in.
I'd have put me fucking GAA shorts on and slid right into those fucking DMs. So no, I'm on Raya. I'm banned from Tinder. Have been for like 2 years.
What did you do?
Well, that's a great question. I don't really know. They would never tell me. They told me that I wasn't allowed to know my own information. They were like, that's GDPR. I was like, it's GDPR about myself. How can you not tell me information about myself? Anyways, they wouldn't give it to me. But what I think happened is, so men obviously come at me with so much shite and I just give it right back to them. Always give it right back to them. And of course they don't like that. Men don't like to be called out on the shit, as we know. So I was having a few of those conversations with men, and I'm not one to let things slide. I'm like, no, I'm the type of person that is able for these conversations, whereas like a lot of other women wouldn't be able. Like they wouldn't have the confidence or they wouldn't have the want, whereas I'm like, no, I'm going to teach this fucker a lesson, right? So I'd have a few like back and forths with people, and then I got a message from a guy being like, I'm looking for an Irish wife, and I was like, great. And he was like, oh, you'll never have to work again. And I was like, yes, stunning, even better. And he was like, I make good money. And I was like, well, how much do you make? And he was like, I'm not telling you. I was like, hold on, you're going to come at me with having to never have to work again, move to the States, but you're not going to tell me how much money you make. And he was like, oh, it's enough. And I was like, send me a bank statement then. And then the next morning I woke up and my Tinder account was banned for life. So I'm presuming it's something to do with that. Or someone reported me for telling them to go fuck themselves.
Was this man American? He was American.
Of course he was. Yeah. Well, I mean, sorry.
Why don't people on Tinder like look at the fucking messages and be like, clearly this man is a dose and she was taking the piss? Like, why? When they're like, oh my gosh, she asked him for a bank statement. You're out of here.
Yeah, but he was the one that like came on to me with, I can pay for your life. So it's kind of like, well, why is he allowed to say that? But yeah, I'm not allowed to have a joke back and ask for his bank statements and his credit card information. I didn't ask for credit card information, but I should have.
There's a screenshot here that I like that you put up on TikTok.
Lovely. Go on.
So
which one? There's so many of them.
Brown man.
Oh, I seen him on Bumble today.
So you had agreed to go on a date with this fella before, and you were chatting away, all going great. And
no, all going okay. Sorry, all going okay. I wouldn't be calling it great.
Okay, well, it was going. It was going anyway. It was going.
Look, it was going.
To go on a first date.
I said, you know what, man, let's do it, knowing full well that it was never going to happen. But I did say, yeah, cool, let's go on a date. Grant.
So he said, "Who is your celebrity crush, by the way? Physical type? ? I have a doubt, as you don't come across as a person who will go out with a brown or ethnic guy." Then you said, "Wow, what a strange thing to say. I literally don't know what to say." And he said, "It's not strange. It's facts, sweetie." Then you ended up sending him back a voice note, basically saying that you weren't happy because he called you racist. Yeah. And then he said, "Oh my God, what have you even heard? Jeez, did I ever say that or assumed? You jackass." I can't believe he came out with the jackass after that. You were like just being offended.
I was, and you know what, it wasn't even that I was offended. It was more that I was shocked. That I was like, how can you go around throwing your own shit at people. Like that's obviously something that he's come across before, and it's horrendous to think that someone has to go through that and like that even be a thing that they have to worry about that someone mightn't like because of my skin tone. Like that's shit. And he's obviously been through that and decided that I was one of the girls that was going to say that I didn't like brown guys, even though I'd already gone
But
to
is it
arrange to go on a
racism
date
though?
with him.
Surely it's not racism. It's just a preference.
See now, yeah, I don't know. I do think it is a preference, but at the same time, like I think a preference is more like if someone's like, "Oh, I don't like fat birds," I'm like, "Okay, right, that's fine. That's a preference." But like if someone said like, "I don't like Asian people," I'd be like, "What? How do you just not like a whole race? How can you know that you don't like a whole race of someone?"
I have a friend from India. We've been friends now for 5 years maybe, and he's been on the apps a good bit. But he said to me before, like he hangs around with, well, he has a group of Indian people as well, but there's a big group of white Irish people that he hangs around with as well. And he's great crack. Like he loves the sesh, loves going out, loves film, sea swimming, whatever. Like he's fucking really in the Irish culture here. He's doing it all. And
Lovely.
he said he would love to date Irish women, but they don't give him a chance.
Oh, that makes me sad. Like, I don't know if it's a part of it. Sometimes, like, there is a language barrier. And, you know, if someone is just coming over from wherever they're coming from and they're in Ireland, like, I have so much respect for people who speak more than one language. Like, I find it incredible. But I'm like, my jokes are going to be lost on someone who only speaks 50% English.
Yeah, well, that's true.
You know,
there's
and
there's
I
also
wonder, is that a part of it? Yeah.
Like,
I'm not opposed
different
to it.
to the cultural barrier. I don't know. I don't like. There's just so many things that can go wrong in a relationship as it is if they have the same culture and like background or whatever. And then I think about, you know, if you have to take into consideration like if their parents are stricter or they have certain rules or, you know, like say like, yeah, Hindu, and they like his dad is like at him like to get married or whatever, and there's a lot of just cultural things that they impose on their children. And I'd be thinking, oh fuck, I don't know if I'm able for that now.
Yeah.
Could be the love of my life, but unfortunately I wouldn't be able for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't be able for someone's dad telling me to marry their son. I think that's just
No.
in general. I'm like, oh, I think it'll pass.
I went on a date with a Spanish fella, and I had told him a joke. We were driving out on our second date to that cinema out there in Swords. That nice one.
Movies at Swords.
Yeah. Was it that a nice one?
That nice cinema. I'm from Swords. At the state cinema. I feel like I get like infections just sitting on their chairs.
Is it the movies? It is. Is that the one in the shopping centre?
Yeah, like the one like
I thought nice one.
What cinema do you usually go to?
Coolock.
Well, I actually think the Odeon and Coolock is lovely.
Is it?
Well, I think it's nice. I think it's nicer than movies at Swords.
There's all killings going on outside there now. But I told him a joke on the drive out there, and he looked at me waiting repeatedly for the punchline after I had said it. So I thought, I can't. A language barrier isn't for me either.
It's like, I'm sorry, like sometimes my jokes are so specific that like Irish people don't get it. Or my friends are just like, what? And I'm like, oh, you had to be there in 2012 for you to get the reference. So I'm like, I just don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to it at all. I've gone on dates with men whose English is not their first language, and I've gone on second, third dates with them. But humor is such an important thing for me. Like, if you can't make me laugh, I just don't want it to do with it. And I know this is so like sounds so like big-headed, but like I feel like I'm hilarious, and that is like one of the things I have to get men is like my humor. And I'm like, if you can't,
if they're comfortable with you being funnier than them.
A lot of them aren't. A lot of them aren't. A lot of them don't like it. So then I have to just like, you know, rely on my dashing good looks, and I don't want to have to do that. I want to just be able to have a laugh. Do you know what I mean? And if someone can't understand my joke, whether they're non-Irish or they are Irish, I'm like, I can't do this if you're not going to think I'm the funniest thing in the world.
Scrap that. Call it off. No. Call it off. We have a few more screenshots here.
Woohoo!
And You woke up to this one morning on Bumble and it was a fella. These are like multiple messages, one after another. He was fucking flat out thumping that keyboard. He goes, have to ask. Why do you ask if you think men find you attractive or not? Some men are going to find you repulsive. Other men are going to think you're the Milky Bar of women. The truth is, who gives a fuck? Somebody's going to want to fuck your brains out at some point. So live life while you can. When you... What the fuck? Wait, what's this? When you get rolled, enjoy it. When you don't, relish it. Enjoy the eye rolling.
When you get, enjoy it. When you don't,
relish it. Enjoy the
eye rolling.
Relish it.
What's it? Enjoy the eye rolling of orgasms. What the fuck? What does he? What, I meant to ask actually. What does he mean? The start of this. Why do you ask if you think men find you attractive or not? What did you have on your page?
I did have pretty wild stuff. Well, not wild, but like again, just funny. Like I think one of my prompts was, "Do you think?" And I think mine was that I'm a riot ? Or something like that, or like that I'm hot or something like that. But I'm like, that's just my humor. Like you're obviously if you're swiping right on me, you think I'm a riot, like obviously. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think, but like I hadn't spoken to that man in a couple of weeks. I'd matched with him in Belfast, and like obviously nothing happened when I was in Belfast, so the conversation never continued. And then I woke up one day, like 3 weeks after the last time we spoke, and he was coming at me at that, and I was like, "What were you doing last night that you found that conversation?" Looked back through my profile, looked at my prompts, and then decided to spit all your venom at me.
Mental issues.
Honestly, though, it's very funny. Like, I do just all think it's gas. Like, I don't let anything that a man ever says affect me nowadays, especially on the internet, because I'm like, this person, until I meet someone in real life, they're not a person. Do you know what I mean? Like, in terms of dating, like, if I just see a profile, I'm like, this could be anyone behind these profile pictures. Until I've met you in person, you're nobody. So that was basically just a random stranger deciding to offload his issues on me. But I love that he was thinking of me. I'm like, thanks, babes.
You're on the internet. People know you. Do they ever slide into your DMs?
A couple of times. Not loads. I honestly sometimes think men are scared of me. If they follow me on Instagram, they'll know the type of person I am. And I don't think a lot of people... A man had told me before, I didn't slide in your DMs because I see the type of stuff you put in your stories and I'd be terrified to even talk to you. And I was like, I've done my job, thank you.
And you've a few fucking ugly things been said to you as well.
Oh God, the worst things imaginable people have said to me. Not even like in a dating sense, just on like being on the internet, like as a whole, vile. But then in a dating sense, woo! Right, I have a few screenshots. So I have one here from 2020 from a man called Erland, a very ugly man, of course. They always are. When are you going to take control of your weight, Meg? I was like, oh, okay.
What was this on?
Tinder. And then tried to tell me that he had a big dick and that he wanted to fuck me. And I was like, oh, what? Are you like obviously just trying to neg me? And I'm like, oh, babes, I've been fat for years. And Erland on Tinder is not going to stop me from being fat. Do you know? I was like, go away. Right, so that was the one. Another one, having a normal conversation with a man, and then all of a sudden he said, have you ever done an orgy before? I was like, okay. Lovely. I used to have on my profile like I'm a big fat ride or something like that, or like big fat ride, big fat something, big fat ride.
I like it.
No, I am a big fat ride. So and it's funny. Again, it's all just, it's just my my lore, as they say. So this guy goes, how's it going, hun? And I obviously didn't reply to that because I'm not replying to hun. And then 2 hours later, do you get much chub rub?
Oh my God. What?
And I was like, I know. And it's even funnier because like I don't even unmatch them. I just let them sit there.
This is fucking typical. It's fucking typical. Men getting rejected and then they're like absolutely infested with rage and they're like, all right, what can I say now to this girl to take her down a peg?
Yeah. And it's like, I do get chub rub and I have lots of things to stop the chub rub.
So do I.
you know what I mean? Like, you're not like, what's happening here? Anyways, another one. Are you that crazy, amazing singer that has a sister that also sings? And I said, haha, yeah, I think that's me. He said, oh, you are amazing. Are you in good in bed as you are at singing? And then I obviously didn't reply. And like 20 minutes later, he texted me saying, too much, question mark. And I just replied saying, yeah, too much, Connor. I mean, again, I just think it's hilarious. Like, I just think it's so funny, and it gives me great content. Oh, actually, side note, I had a girl that was a quote unquote fan, and I don't mean like fan in that way. I mean like replied to a lot of my stuff for years and followed me for years and has given me many messages. I think there was over 70 when I counted of replies to her, of her replying to my story. And she told me I was desperate for posting screenshots of what men say on dating apps to me.
You were desperate.
Yeah, I was desperate, and then it makes me look that it's boring, and I'm desperate, and it makes me look desperate. And I was like, what?
What the fuck?
How does it make me look desperate? Anyways, I went back and forth with her for ages, and she eventually apologized, and I was like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I had another guy on Tinder say, hi, can you please reply to me on Bumble?
And did you?
No, he didn't. You're not going to get me on Tinder and say, hey, can you reply to me on Bumble? No, thank you.
Bless him. He thought you were special.
Well, I don't blame him, to be fair. I am pretty special. Another guy, I just opened a conversation on Bumble, and then he said, hey, Sinead. I was like, oh, my
Lord.
name's Megan. I'm like, my name is Megan. And then a guy let me message saying, oh, you're officially my 100th match on Tinder. And I said, I feel honored. You're officially my 878th match. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, when can we meet so I can stop being a stranger and slap you?
Oh,
sorry, that was a different conversation. Sorry, took the tone down right there. This is a like a couple of messages back and forth, right? And this kind of goes back to the original point of dating apps as to why it is the state that it is. How's things? Random question. Would a fetish be too weird for you? And I said, the only thing weird about a fetish is bringing it up in a first message. And he said, good one. Well, you're on plenty of fish, so get used to it. It also is good to say that first, so I'm not wasting my time further. And I said, nah, I don't have to get used to it. Men don't get to just say what they want because they're on a dating app. And he said, what the fuck are you talking about? Look, I honestly think you should go be a lesbian or stop assuming dumb shit. I have a fetish, yes. I asked you, are you open-minded person? To save both of us time. It says your name is Meg when really it should be Karen.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Fair play, Prince.
Great. Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm like, oh. I literally didn't even reply because I was like, I can't reply to that. I'm like, you can't just get to say what you want to women because you're on a dating app. That's insanity to me.
But like, you'll get loads of
insane.
women, and still, like, are you on those Are We Dating the Same Guy pages?
Yes, but I don't look at them because I don't have any faith in men, and I really, really don't have any faith in men when I look at them.
Well, true. But like, yeah, I agree with that. There will be women who have, like, you know, lost an awful lot of hope and whatever, and then they see only bad things there, and they're like, oh my God, no, fuck this. There are no good men out there. Now, in fairness, there are posts put up about men on it, and they're like, oh no, lovely fella or whatever. But yeah,
but they're few and far between.
Well, they are. Or else there's just a post with absolutely no comments on it or whatever. But yeah, generally there is a bit of dirt. But yeah, women will say on that page, you know, if somebody puts up something where a fella's been like talking about fetish or whatever very early on, women are like, oh, but sure, he's allowed, you know, let's not kink shame or whatever here. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine, kind of a bit down the line or whatever, talking about the ins and outs. But like, I'm on these dating app to find a relationship. Well, whatever, I was. And I'm not out here straight away. Like, I'm fucking having my lunch here. I'm having like fucking chicken roll at 1:00 on a Monday. And then this fella is like, you know, I like pissing on people. What do you think about that? And I'm like,
I don't think. I'm eating my chicken fillet roll. Leave me alone. No, I'm not a kink shamer in the slightest. I think more power to you as long as everything is consensual and like get your bag, do what you got to do. But like, don't come at me in a first or second message when nothing has been discussed, anything sexual.
Did you ever try Field?
Yes, I actually am on Field right now. And that's where I met the guy that I went out with on. Oh no, that's actually a lie. I didn't met him on Hinge, so but on Salmon Field the next day. I have tried Field. Have I ever met anyone off Field? No, I only had it. I had it like maybe a year ago, and then I got off it, and then I go through phases, as you know, deleting my dating apps. I delete them for a couple of weeks, and then I'll be like, oh, my gin is starting to taste like I need to re-download Bumble. So then I get back into the swing of it, and then I'm off them again. So I've done Poth, Field, Plenty of Fish, Tinder, Hinge, Raya. And there was another one, I think it was called Tree Fun. But when I got on it, I realized it was really just for like, I thought Field was like extreme for like what people were looking for, but Tree Fun, like you couldn't even screenshot it. Like the screen went black when you screenshot it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I quickly got off that. A man told me that I had no reason to think I was a 10, that I'm a 4 at best. And I was just like, thank you. Love you too.
Jesus.
Hey, you want to get married?
Fair play to you though, like, because men saying shit like, you know, it would get me like, you know, and then I fucking have to try and recover from it a bit. But like, it doesn't bother you. They're not bothering you.
No, if someone that like I was seeing or went on a date with said something not nice to me afterwards, that would obviously upset me. But like strangers on the internet, I mean, as someone who makes, I hate the word content online, I hate it, but as someone who has put things on the internet for over 14, 15 years at this stage, I started when I was 17, like I have had like the worst things imaginable that people could have said to me. Like you can't even fathom the things that people have said to me, pointed out every single flaw that I didn't even know I had. So I think that has stood to me, because now I just don't think what anyone says on the internet to me, I just laugh it off because I'm like, ha, that's funny. But like, you know, 8 years ago, it wouldn't have been the case. 8 years ago, I went viral in 2017 and got loads of really great opportunities from that. But I fucked off to Australia because I was so terrified.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can understand.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas like now, water off a duck's back. But back then, what people would have said about me would have really hurt me. Like, but now I'm just like, Peter, who is literally ugly. Like, I'm sorry, like you're not that great looking. If I fancy you're probably not that great looking. You're in your ma's box room. You don't have a driver's license. You make minimum wage.
Oh yeah.
You have to be told to shower. You smoke, like, do you know what I mean? It's just like, what, like, I don't care.
What was that? You smoke weed?
You smoke weed?
Weed smoker?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm a person who's addicted to anything. I don't want to be with anyone who's addicted to anything. Oh God, not at all. I'm not against weed like whatsoever. I just am against.
So like the body shaming thing. I love that you're like, you know, I'm a big sexy bitch, you know, whatever, big sexy ride. You're like, but there's so many bigger ladies out there who like, you know, and you see it. People have sent in their stories to me or like looked for advice, or I see it on those groups that they're bigger and they've absolutely no confidence to go out dating or whatever.
Yeah, I've never had that issue.
Fucking dead right.
But I also do, and in a serious way, I do think I have pretty privilege. Like if I was not a good looking fat person, I would obviously find it much more difficult. I do have pretty privilege. I totally understand that. I can quote unquote pass for a skinny girl. Like men have said to me before, oh, I've never been with a fat girl before, but I fancy you so much because I pass as a skinny girl. Do you get me? And I have like whatever hair and I smell nice and blah, blah, blah. You know, all that shit. So like I totally can see why someone who is, you know, well, we've got such bad fat phobia in the world. I can imagine there's someone who was fat and then would not consider themselves good looking as well. I can understand how that would be really fucking tough. I mean, I have never gotten a problem. I've never had a problem with getting dates or like getting fellas, like never. Well, as a teenager did, but like as an adult, no, never. So that's why I'm like, I'll just keep popping off a date. And I've got pictures of, I think because I've got pictures that look like me on my profiles. I have pictures of me in bikinis, sitting down next to my really thin friends, no makeup.
That's definitely the way to do it, like, as well.
Because like I see girls' profiles and I see fellas' profiles as well. And it's just like pics like this of them, like with their phone pointed up. And I'm like no, any man that looks at that is going to think you're not confident because you're not showing your body. And confidence is so important. Like, so many men love confident women. Now, so many of them don't, and so many men hate me because I'm so confident. But I think it almost shows an insecurity, and I think that can actually play a big part in attracting men if you're not confident in who you are. I mean, when the world has told you shouldn't be, the world has told like fat women and ugly people like they have like constantly, hit in the fact that, they're not worthy or they're not this or not deserving or whatever. So I can totally understand why people wouldn't be confident or able to date and stand up for themselves and show themselves off. But yeah, I just, as I got older, I just was like, oh, here's a picture of me in a bikini, and if you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself, Peter.
Your bad dates. What do you remember now off the top of your head that has really stood out to you in all of your million dates that you've gone on?
Okay. One of them, a guy turned up 40 minutes late, absolutely obliterated drunk, and was trying to tell me that he wasn't obliterated drunk. And I was like, it was like 3:00 on a Sunday, like mid lockdown, like 2020 lockdown, like, and the only reason I stayed is because I'm getting a free meal. I'm here now. I drove all the way to Hoth. You best believe I'm getting a steak dinner. Do you know what I mean? You best believe it. But yet turned up absolutely pissed, and like literally, I hate the word gaslighting because everyone shows that around. But he was like, I'm not drunk. I was like, I can literally smell the alcohol off you from over here. And then he was like, I actually just came from a house party. I was like, what, how are you at a house party on a Sunday at 3 p.m?
You on a rollover?
Like, I've no idea. But what I thought was really funny, I ate my steak dinner, obviously. I was like eating, I was like, yeah, whatever, knowing obviously I wasn't going to see him again. And he had paid a deposit for the table. You know the way you remember you used to have to pay deposits?
Yeah.
He paid the deposit for the hotel, and then he was so drunk and he went to pay the bill. He never asked them to take the like €40 deposit back off it, and I didn't even fucking tell him. I was like, yeah, you pay for the meal, I'm paying an extra 40 quid for being a twat. And then I was driving past his house to go home, and he was like, oh, like, can you bring me home? And I was like, no, I don't think so. And then I just drove past him at the bus stop and was like waving at him like, bye. Buzz Lightyear, Jesus Christ. I was like, oh, just get a taxi. Like, there's no amount of money you could pay me to stand at a bus stop while a girl drove away in a car while I'm standing there at a fucking
after I asked her for a lift and she said no.
Oh my God. And I made you pay an extra 40 quid because you're a prick. And then the other one that I remember is so I'm a big fan of casual first dates. I never, well, not say never, but I rarely go for a drink on a first date because I think you don't get my time that easy. Like, it's a big thing for me to get ready and get someone to make sure like the dog is on his own for like the whole day if I go in and meet someone after work, or like putting on makeup. I'm not spending my fancy like foundation for you to be uglier in person and your photos be 10 years old. So I'm always like, look, meeting for a walk with the dog. I walk the dog 6 days a week, so meet me for a walk. And if you don't like me when I'm out walking the dog, then you're not gonna like me. So this guy was like at me like for a date or whatever, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to Phoenix Park. I'm going to see me Nana because she's in the home. She's got dementia, so she's in the hospital. I'm going to see her, and then I'm going to walk the dog after. If you want to meet me to enjoy the stroll, you absolutely can. So he comes on his bike, right? And I'm not bike shaming him. I'm not. And I feel so bad. Like, get your
like, if you had a bike shaming.
Just get a fucking car. Just learn how to drive and get a car. I'm sorry. Like, it's one thing that you can do that like doesn't rely on your looks or your personality to like get you further in dating, is just to learn how to drive a car.
That's it.
Anyways, right. So he texted me being like, oh, I'm cycling, so I can't meet you where you want to cycle because it's too far up a hill and I'm on a bike. I was like, okay. So I finally meet him or whatever, and instantly I'm like, oh, I didn't get good vibes off him, like, at all. I didn't like him, like, at all. And he was really loving on Patch, my dog, and he was like, can I take a picture of him? I was like a bit weird, but like, okay. And I was trying to like cover my phone number and all on it because I was like, I don't want this cunt to know my phone number, even though he had my Instagram and there's a hell of a lot more information about me on my Instagram than there is my phone number. But anyways, I was like, yeah, that's okay, whatever. So I'd say we walked for maybe half an hour and I was like, oh, I have to go now, like blah, blah, blah. And I got back to the car, and when I went on Instagram, he had posted a photo of mine and his shadow in the sun on his Instagram story.
Oh no.
On his Instagram story. And then he posted another one after of Patch in like the sun. And I was like, what? I replied to it being like, are you on fucking heroin? Are you joking me? In what world do you think that's cool? And he was like, it's just a picture. And I was like, just delete it. Don't be posting me and my dog all over your Instagram story. That's so fucking weird. And then he blocked me then and like unfollowed me and blocked me. And then I was like, oh, okay, there I am in the lovely September sun.
Why the fuck if I sorry.
I know, it's one of those where you're like, what? I don't even know what to say to that.
He knew that you were going to see it. He knew you were going to see it. That's really embarrassing for him. If he really felt the need to do it, like, you know,
block me from his story.
Exactly, 100%.
Block me from your story. But like, just don't do it. But block me from your story if you are going to do it.
Wind it down here. Tell me, what's the plan now going forward?
Dating.
I
don't know. I'm just gonna I have a really great life. I'm constantly away with my friends, and you know, have a roof over my head, have a good job, like
your little dog.
My little doggy. So I have like everything that I need, and the fact that I'm not worried about a biological clock like a lot of people my age are, women my age are. I don't really feel that pressure in dating. So I'm just going with the flow.
And you have a full life. You have a full life, and you're happy with your life. And that's important.
I really do. Yeah, I'm real happy, and I've come to the I've been in therapy a lot over the last like year or whatever, and I've come to the realization that like if I don't meet someone, I have to be okay with that. Like I have to be okay with it just being me for forever. Because like love isn't guaranteed, and the type of love that I want, having gone through the men that I have, the type of perfect love that I want is going to be extremely hard to find. And if someone can't treat me that way, then I don't want it. So I just have to get used to being on my own. I'm actually really lucky as well, because my best friends, like all of my close friends I spend every single waking minute with, are all single as well. So that does help.
That is unheard of.
Yeah,
that's never the way.
I know. And you know what? All of my friends are so fucking hot. Like so hot. But they're all like me. They're just like, oh, I just couldn't be arsed. Like I'm not, like long-term relationships and kids like are just not for us. So it's really helpful when you've got mates that are all single as well.
In the
like,
same, doing the same stuff, and like you have each other, as opposed to them being like doing feeds and all in the middle of the night.
Exactly. And them going off to like holidays with their fellas. Like, no, we're the first point of contact. Hey, I want to go here on holidays. And you want to go with me? And you're like,
lovely.
Yes,
and you have a new song out. What is that called?
I do. It's called It's On You. I wrote it with the lads about the first ex, the first big ex. And it's a great little stomper, I have to say. It really is. It's a great little disco tune. I've gotten a few emails about it being added to playlists on radio and stuff, so I'm really looking forward to that side of things. Thank you so much. I have a gig. I mean, I hope so. I fucking been doing it for so many years. I really have. I'm just like, come on, someone give me $1 million, please. Let me just quit everything for a year and go into the studio and create magic with.
I'm sure at least you still only look like a small child, fresh out the fucking womb. So
just a little 17-year-old.
Just tell everybody that you're 24. Just restart again.
Oh, I can absolutely gaslight everyone. And they're like, it says here in your passport 32. I'm like, excuse me, it says what I wanted to say. I'm 22.